My name is Francis Namuju. I'm a resident of Teso South and Busia County. I work for Community Empowerment and Development Center as the Executive Director of this organization. Our work as an organization is to promote budget advocacy, civic education, that is basically understanding our civic rights as entailed or as enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya 2010, and opening spaces for citizens to engage government in terms of public participation and understanding the structures of devolution. As an organization, we've worked closely with the government in terms of building capacities of government and in areas of budget advocacy, devolved structures, and public participation. COVID became a very important pandemic in terms of understanding our health systems and how governance has been preparing itself to ensure that they are ready to undertake any crisis as it comes. So, number one, as an organization, we mobilize some resources like the PPEs, sanitizers, and supported the health department to be able to distribute these PPEs to the people who did not, or to families that did not have ability to purchase, to procure them. So we managed to raise some little resources which we supported the Department of Health, which the Department of Health distributed. In terms of messaging, we organized as an organization, yes, we received some funding from Uraia Trust to support creation of awareness through radio. We developed short messages which we shared through social media. We also had voices, audios, which were shared through WhatsApp pages, Twitter, and any other social media handles that we were able to have through Facebook and all that, so that we are able to reach out to the youths and any other community that is able to access our pages or our social spaces. Then the other part of it, these messages went to radio, and we supported the Department of Health to go and speak this messaging in our radio stations, and we managed to engage 3 local radio stations, that is Emuri FM, Sahara Radio, and Bulala FM in Bunyala. Now, for a period of 3 months, and every week we were having a talk show, and who were providing this knowledge or this information was the Department of Health, and more specifically the COVID-19 response team in Busia County. The people that we facilitated when we bought this airspace from these radio stations, for them to go and provide the updates in regard to how is COVID, what is the effect of COVID in Busia, what steps government is actually putting in place to ensure that COVID is arrested, and being a border county, how are we affected? And what kind of information or messaging can we package to give us hope to the locals that it's not only Busia that is affected, but it is across the country. The government, to ensure that there's inclusivity, there's meaningful engagement of the youth. Number one, the myth or the statement, youths are leaders of tomorrow, should be erased. When is tomorrow? Today was tomorrow of yesterday. And we are growing each and every second. So the moment we say that youths are leaders of tomorrow, means that we are actually pushing the youths out of the space in participating, in engaging, in generating ideas from the youth. So it's a high time that government should understand that youths are a pillar in any economy. They are very instrumental in terms of ideas. They are very instrumental in terms of coming up with processes or issues that they feel. That's why you see a young man organizing something small to open a shop, meaning that he has an idea, but the facilitative part of it is what is lacking. How the government should ensure that they nurture talents of the youth. Nurturing talents means you are facilitating and building those talents and ensuring that youth empowerment centers are well equipped. Then when designing on equipping of these centers, the youth should be on the forefront in terms of identifying things or issues that they want to run away with, to advance their knowledge in. Then the other thing is, the government, for instance, the Department of Agriculture, how do we ensure that our youths are agriculturally friendly to projects in terms of agriculture? We don't want to see a situation where a youth is saying that I'm dirtying myself when I go to the shamba. Yet we have seen people creating wealth through farming. How does government make the Department of Agriculture palatable for the youths to embrace agricultural farming? How can they support these initiatives? How can they, for instance, poultry keeping, rabbit keeping? These are projects which are not labor intensive, but are very productive and in terms of returns on investment.